This is a mock interview conducted by ForumIAS Academy at New Delhi. The interview panel includes eminent academicians, retired bureaucrats, and other luminaries. The objective of the program is to acquaint the candidate with the format and expectations of the personality test conducted by UPSC.
So, may I come?
Come in, please.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Take your seat.
Thank you, sir.
Amitej.
Right, sir.
How do you pronounce your surname?
Sir, Pangtey.
Pangtey.
Right.
What is the meaning of Amitej?
Sir, Amitej actually is a combination of my parents' names, Meeta and 𝐂𝐨𝐻𝐿. They have been put together to come to my name, sir.
Your interview is on 5th April.
Right, sir.
Almost the last few days
Yes, sir.
of the interview. You are from Uttar Pradesh. Sociology is your option.
Yes, sir.
Electrical engineering from IIT Delhi.
Right, sir.
And your hobbies, outdoor sports,
Right, sir.
football, tennis, badminton, making song covers on electronic keyboard. Can you explain what you mean by this?
Sir, what I do is that I listen to a particular song. I go on the web. I try to find out what chords are being used to play in the background. I play those chords with my left hand on the keyboard, and I try to come to the tune of the song on my right hand. So I coordinate them together to make song covers of.
Okay. You enjoy doing that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what do you mean by home workouts for overall well-being? Exercises
Yes, sir.
doing at home.
Yes, sir. So without the necessity of gym equipment,
But the gyms
utilizing.
have become very popular these days.
Yes, sir. They have. Sir.
Every corner you have a gym.
Yes, sir.
You don't get attracted going to the gyms.
Sir, the gyms definitely are a good way to take care of your body. However, sir, when I started working out, it was the time of COVID. So at that point in time, there were quite a lot of restrictions. So I thought that I should start with the home workouts, and that's why I continued.
Okay. You are from Uttar Pradesh, Lucknow.
Yes, sir.
Uttar Pradesh government has introduced the system of Commissioner of Police.
Yes.
It was done recently, say about 2 years back.
Yes.
What do you understand? Which is better, the original system or this system? First, tell me, where all do we have the commissioner system in UP?
Sir, when the first 4 cities where the commissionerate system was launched, they were Lucknow, Noida, Kanpur, and sir, I think it was Varanasi. And a few more cities have also been incorporated into the commissionerate system recently, sir. So I think that includes Allahabad and Agra, if I'm not wrong, sir. And sir, what it implies is that previously there was a duality with regards to how the law and order situation was being managed. And now there has been, the power has been transferred, which was previously with the district magistrate of, say, issuing arrest warrants to the commissioner of police for a district, sir.
District magistrates had powers to issue arrest warrant.
Sir, not just arrest warrants, sir. Sir, if the section 144 had to be implemented, the SP of a district had to take the permission from the district magistrate for that.
What is the difference between a judicial magistrate and an executive magistrate?
Sir, an executive magistrate is responsible for implementation of the law, whereas a judicial magistrate is responsible for making sure that if the law is being broken, then the people who are breaking the law, they are punished, sir.
Well, it's a very general statement. Executive magistrates have been given certain powers under the Code of Criminal Procedure, like order under 144, preventive detention, preventive action under 107, etc., etc. So, what is happening in a commissioner system is that the powers of the executive magistrate is given to Commissioner of Police. Okay. It's not a duality. The word you used was duality. That DM and SP both are responsible for law and order together. You can't call it duality. There are a lot of advantages in having that system. DM has his own system of people down the line. He assists at times the SP in maintaining law and order. And SPs also depend on DMs for maintenance of law and order. There are times when the two communities fighting, they have certain things against the SP. And mostly they don't have anything against the DMs. The DMs then intervene to make situations better. You can learn about it much more once you join the service. Doubling of farmers' income. How can it be done in UP?
Sir, in UP, there are different regions which are having different problems with regards to farming. So, for instance, sir, the Western UP, there are quite sizable lands available, but there are other issues, so farm suicides, and there is a major concern there. So, in Eastern UP, for instance, there is a problem of land fragmentation. So, sir, there has to be a different customized approach while we are talking about doubling farm income. So, for instance, in Eastern UP, we can utilize cooperativization, so to make sure that there are economies of scale, because the individual land sizes are quite small. So, we can also try to invest more in the infrastructure aspect of things. So, market connectivity of the farms in Purvanchal previously has been an issue. So, that can be resolved to that. And also, sir, there has to be an overall focus on agriculture research and development, because I think that is also going to be beneficial to make sure that we are doubling the farm income, sir.
Okay. Don't you think that in order to double a farmer's income, they will have to go into allied activities like dairy, poultry? Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir, I definitely do agree with that, sir. So there is...
Is it possible in UP? Are things happening in that area?
Sir, definitely there are things happening. Sir, even very recently, the Prime Minister inaugurated the Banas milk cooperative in close to Varanasi. So, sir, I think there has been a shift. There has been a focus of the government to shift away from sole agriculture into the allied activities, which include dairy and poultry, sir. So that has been initiated.
You mentioned about cooperatives. Recently, one major cooperative society celebrated 50 years. Which was that? Sir,
if I am correct, sir, if I'm thinking correctly, sir, it was Amul which completed its 50th anniversary, sir.
Why can't we have more such Amuls in, say, UP? What is stopping us?
Sir, Amul definitely is a wonderful case study in how we should go about cooperativization. Sir, the situation in Gujarat in Anand was tackled by Mr. Varghese Kurian in a very sophisticated and in a very professional manner. Sir, there are some issues, some structural issues we can say that may be existing in some parts of Uttar Pradesh which may inhibit cooperativization. So there can be also some social issues like dominant caste situation may be there, which may not allow the Dalits or the untouchables who form actually the agricultural labor. They may not be incorporated into the same cooperative. So, sir, there are some structural and some social issues which may restrict that, sir.
Okay. In the recent budget, what was the need of the finance minister to reduce fiscal deficit? And projections also have been made, it will come down to 4.5% of GDP in the next 2 years. Yes. Why not keep borrowing more, spending more?
Right. So the budget was brought in to move India towards fiscal prudence, because After the COVID-19 pandemic, already there is a quite a lot heavy burden on of government debt. So what fiscal deficit does, it keeps adding to the government debt, and the expenses of the government keep on increasing on the interests that they have to pay on the debt that they've borrowed. And also, sir, a high fiscal deficit leads to inflation in the economy, and that results in the falling price of the rupee, and the people, they are not able to consume sufficient amounts of necessary food and services, sir. So I think in that way we have to, the government has done a wonderful step to reduce the fiscal deficit in a gradual manner, sir.
Okay, good. What is our debt GDP ratio, and is it high?
Yes, sir, it is high. Sir, it is higher than what the 𝐂𝐻𝐸𝐻 committee had recommended for the medium-term target of 60%. It is presently, I think, sir, it is 83% of GDP as per the recent data that was available, sir. So it is higher than the 60% target that was.
How would you react if I say that the debt GDP ratio of USA is 122%?
Sir, definitely it is a sizable amount of debt that they've taken. However, sir, it has been observed that in developed countries such as in USA and in Japan, the debt ratio is higher than their actual GDP. Sir, I think, but they do this because they invest quite a lot of money in different countries and in other assets, in capital assets. So, sir, their expenses are actually being utilized in creating assets. So their debt, which they have taken, it still remains sustainable, sir. So, sir, that is something which they have been doing, and that's why their debt ratio is quite high, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
See, you are Pangtey. You are not from Uttarakhand?
Sir, my parents are from Uttarakhand, sir. My father is from Munshari and my mother is from 𝐼𝐻𝐻𝐿𝐻𝐻, sir.
𝐼𝐻𝐻𝐿𝐻𝐻, okay. That's why you wrote. And they don't come under ST?
Sir, yes, sir, they do come under the ST category.
And you have not filled as ST?
No, sir, I have not filled it.
Any reason?
Sir, I have taken a moral stand here, sir. So
that's nice. That's what I want. So, have you ever visited Munshari?
Sir, I've had the privilege of visiting it once only, but I intend.
Once only?
Yes, sir.
When?
So it was in 2015, sir. That's just before my college. I visited.
Just before your college. How is that?
Sir, it's really, it can't be actually described in words. So, although the approach is a little bit difficult, but
for hills, it is always there.
So, but once you go there are so many things happening, and it is just the scenic view of Munshari is beautiful. And now a number of new initiatives have come up since I last visited. There is a tulip garden, beautiful tulip garden that has come up in Munshari. There's a lichen park that has come up in Munshari. So there are quite a lot of things happening, and I intend to see that again, sir.
Now you want to visit frequently?
So yes, as I've grown up, sir,
You don't have a home over there? Your father's home might be there?
Sir, my father's home is not there, sir. But a few of my relatives, they do live there.
Where is the border for Nepal and India near Munshari?
Sir, the border is close to Kala Pani, sir. Sir, Lipu Lake pass is there, and Kala Pani. So that is the area. Actually, sir, there's a tehsil called Dharchula that shares its border with a similar named district in Nepal. So that is where the border lies.
What is the name of that area in Nepal bordering?
Sir, if I remember correctly, sir, it is Dharchula itself.
So this is basically a bridge on a Kali river. Yes. On this side it is Dharchula, and on the other side it is Darchula.
Right, sir.
So, okay. Now coming to, because any type of question can come over in the interview. What is that issue of Kali river and that particular area in between India and Nepal?
Sir, I think the issue that is there between India and Nepal, it is with regards to where the Kali river actually originates. So India says that the Kali river originates right from its source. So I'm forgetting there's a name of, so I think, yeah, sir, it's Limpiadhura, from where India states that it is from there that the river is originating. However, Nepal believes that it is when the tributary actually meets Kali River and becomes Mahakali. That is from where the border starts. So it is Nepal is claiming the previous territory, and India is trying to defend its own territories.
What is the status at the moment?
So at the moment, sir, India, it lies legitimately with India. However, Nepal had in its map, it had tried to claim those portions, but nothing as of yet has been passed in a
Basically, there are 3 different tributaries. Yes. So India says that it is part of India itself. So Nepal says though it should be half or at least on this side. So that is the issue. Okay, good. You are an electrical engineer, and since 4 times you have appeared, IITians, they are preferring this job as a. Have you ever appeared in engineering services also? Indian engineering services or railway engineering services?
No, sir, I did not appear for the engineering services.
Energy sources. Electrical engineers, one need to know about energy sources. What is energy balance? What are the different sources at the moment in India?
Sir, we can broadly categorize them into conventional sources and non-conventional sources. So among the conventional sources, the largest segment is still the thermal power plant, which are coal run. Then there is also the gas-based thermal power, but so that's around 6% of the total, whereas the coal-based thermal is around 53%. And sir, among the conventional sources, sir, there is also large hydro power that is also there.
Hydel projects.
Yes. Right, sir. And sir, in the non-conventional, there is the solar power, which is both the rooftop solar as well as the panels which are implemented on large parks. So there is the biomass fuel power. And so nuclear power is also there among the non-conventional sources of energy.
India is also building the hydels powers, and China is also doing its own hydel something. How the Indian and Chinese hydel powers are different?
Sir, in their construction or?
Generally, yes. Because they are also building on the high hills also sometimes. We are also building on the high hills.
Sir, I think India has taken a stand to focus more on runoff the river projects in the geologically sensitive areas of hills. However, China is still focusing on building large hydel projects, sir. So, but I'm not aware of any other.
China is building smaller hydro projects. Why? Because of sustainability. So they are producing and then using, so that they should not build big and then large biodiversity zones they are covering under the submergence. Okay. Now coming to, you said something about solar plants. Yes. Now recently Honorable Prime Minister has announced another PM 𝐂𝐨𝐻𝐺𝐝 something like. What is that?
Sir, the Honorable Prime Minister has launched the PM Suryodaya Yojana to focus, to intensify focus on solar rooftops.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, around
earlier also it was there. How that is different from this new one? This one is, what is that?
Sir, there has been a greater focus on incentivization in this particular scheme. So 300 units of solar power that is being generated is going to be provided free of cost, and that is, as the data states, sir, around 15,000 to 18,000 rupees savings would be made by the households. Sir, so although previously there were also a number of initiatives, however, sir, it was seen that only 11 gigawatts of power was coming from solar rooftops, but the target was 40 gigawatts by 2022. So, sir, to incentivize that and to move forward in that direction, the present scheme has been launched, sir.
Basically, it is on low and medium low income group, on which almost 100% cost will be, and it is about 1 crore households it is to be provided, so that the electricity should be given to this particular section of society, And that will certainly save the energy balance for others. Okay. UP, now you have UP. 𝐾𝐨𝐽𝐻 project, what is this?
Sir, 𝐂𝐨𝐻𝐽𝐻 project is part of the river interlinking projects that were planned for throughout the country. Around 30 projects were there, and 𝐂𝐨𝐻𝐽𝐻 is one of them, on which quite a lot of progress has been also made. Sir, recently there was also an agreement between Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh with regards to how the water sharing would be there and how they can make sure that the logistics can be settled while we are linking two rivers, 𝐾𝐨 and 𝐵𝐻, both of which are tributaries of Yamuna. So, sir, we can also tackle the drought-prone regions of Bundelkhand. So that has been, sir.
Is it for electricity also?
Sir, I think, sir, there is a component of electricity generation, and there was a particular dam that was also planned, I think, but I'm not entirely.
If you are not sure, don't say like this or take a chance after permission. Okay. Basically, it is an irrigation project.
Okay, sir.
Okay. 𝐾𝐨𝐻𝐽𝐻. So, how that will help? Is it between UP and MP? Which state is getting more benefit out of it?
Sir, I'm not aware of the data.
MP. And now you have hobbies like badminton and tennis. Do you have represented in somewhere for this badminton?
No, sir. So badminton is actually a hobby that I've very recently picked up. Tennis, sir, I did represent my school once when I was in class 5th and 6th. But it has primarily been football where I've represented my college at the university level, sir.
Okay. That's the last question. The scheduled tribe areas. Now you have gone in 2015, if you see, now we are reaching almost in the interiors. These are scheduled tribe areas where all the peoples are. If they are not getting any other reservation, then they will be getting their reservation as a citizen of that particular area. Now we are reaching. Do we think that now that particular clause that all the areas should be treated as STs, should it be revised, or should we think of changing the status or reducing the area up to the last unreached people only?
Sir, the special consideration that has been given under the 5th and 6th schedule to the scheduled tribes was primarily focused on making sure that their cultural practices and their socio-economic practices can be retained. And sir, but I think, sir, even at this point in time, we see that a lot of their cultural practices are getting extinct. So we saw that the Asuri language is something which is going to be extinct very soon. So, sir, I think there is still a pressing need of maintaining the scheduled tribe, excluded and scheduled tribe regions. However, sir, we definitely can have an re-evaluation because, sir, there is quite a lot of migration that has taken place from these scheduled tribe areas. So we definitely do need to have a re-evaluation of these areas so we can intensify the protection, sir.
Thank you.
Now, Amitej, you've done your B.tech from electrical engineer in electric from IIT Delhi. So, why did you choose IIT Delhi when you wanted to be a civil servant?
Ma'am, the plan of joining the civil services was finalized while I was in my college only. So that's fine.
And not pursue your career in electrical engineering?
Ma'am, I did have a plan for that as well. Ma'am, I did an internship in Samsung in my 3rd year. But then
you didn't take up any job?
Yes, ma'am. I did not take up the job because, ma'am, if I wanted to pursue, because I had received a pre-placement offer from Samsung, but I thought that if I wanted to do really well in Samsung, I'll have to go to Korea. But ma'am, I wanted to stay in India and to work in India, so I did not exercise that option, ma'am.
Now, so during college is when you decided to join civil services. Why do you want to join civil services?
Ma'am, civil services is a career which provides a very diverse set of opportunities. It provides a very wide scale at which one can work. And ma'am, both of my parents, they have been part of the services. So that is something which I have also imbibed in myself. And they've been part of the government service, not the civil services, but they've done that. So that.
What qualities do you think you have which make you a good civil servant?
Ma'am, I think I'm a very patient person. I'm not very reactive in situations. I am also quite approachable. I don't come across necessarily as an individual who is intimidating. And ma'am, thirdly, I think that I have developed the sense of empathy and emotional intelligence as I've grown up. So I think that is something which will also make me a person who will be a compassionate civil servant.
What do we understand by empathy? And how is it different from compassion?
Ma'am, as Barack Obama used to say, that empathy is the most potent tool through which we can bring about change in the world. Empathy actually is being able to stand in one other person's shoes and to see and evaluate the situation as how they are feeling. And ma'am, compassion, however, is a step ahead of empathy. It means that we are actually working to alleviate the concerns that an individual may be facing after we have empathized with them.
And what is sympathy?
Ma'am, sympathy is also an important virtue that one must have. It is about, ma'am, sympathy is actually when a person is undergoing something strenuous or something problematic has happened to them. We sympathize with them to say that we know that how you're feeling, but it's a step, ma'am, it does not involve that putting oneself in their shoes. It's from our own perspective we are viewing the situation.
Okay. Now, you were involved with 𝐿𝐴𝐿 NGO to train slum kids in Gurgaon in football. Yes. So you were providing coaching to slum kids in football. Yes. So shouldn't the focus be on education? Yes. Why football?
Ma'am, football is just one aspect, ma'am, in which 𝐿𝐴𝐿 NGO was working. As you rightly pointed out, ma'am, education is the way that we can change their lives.
Yes.
So, ma'am, they were actually working on that aspect. I chose to be a part of the football initiative, which was to ensure that they are developing their personalities as well. They are developing camaraderie among each other, and that they are not involving in any delinquent sort of actions. And
so it is an important outcome of playing football that it also helps reduce their other behaviors.
Yes, ma'am, definitely.
Okay. Now, when we talk about 𝐿𝐴𝐿,
yes, ma'am.
So 𝐿𝐴𝐿 had very high reverence for Guru.
Yes, ma'am.
Which is not seen these days. So, can we say that our morals are declining or our respect for elders is declining?
Ma'am, definitely 𝐿𝐴𝐿 is a model personnel who actually worshipped his Guru. But ma'am, I don't necessarily feel that is something which has eroded to a wide extent. We still see people who really remember their gurus. Maybe not at when they are young, but as they grow older, they recognize the importance that the guru had played in their life in their formative years. So I think, ma'am, that realization does come. But yes, maybe there is a case to be made that at that point in time we are not as respectful of our gurus or our elders.
My last question to you. So you've played football. So yes, you're more closely associated with football instead of cricket.
Yes.
Yes. So how is India doing in football and globally, internationally?
Ma'am, it is probably one of a very few sports wherein actually women are doing better than men when we are talking about at the global scale. Mm-hmm. Women, I think, are ranked somewhere in the 50s, and the men's team is ranked 117.
So despite being a large country, despite, for example, northeastern states have more tendency towards football, natural advantage, why is India doing so badly?
Ma'am, I think, in my understanding, ma'am, from 1950s and 60s, when we were actually doing quite well at the Asian and the global level, ma'am, I think we have not put a lot of focus on improving our situation from there on, whereas the other countries, they have invested more time in that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, Amitej, what is ODOP of Lucknow?
Sir, there are two products that are under the ODOP. There is the chicken curry and there is 𝐼𝐸 Zardozhi, sir.
Okay, what is the difference between these two?
So the primary difference, so both are embroideries. So the primary difference is that chicken, zari actually uses metal threads in that, and chicken uses gold, silver, those are used.
All right. And as far as the name is concerned, chicken is both eaten and worn. So why the same name for, for non-vegetarian stuff also and the clothing also?
Sir, although they sound very similar, sir, but there is a difference in their spellings. And sir, chicken, the embroidery, it comes from a Persian word. And sir, chicken is basically an English word. So which we eat is an English word, and chicken, the embroidery, it is actually Persian for embroidery itself.
Okay, what was it exactly in Persian?
Sir, I'm not sure, sir. I'll have to go.
All right. Okay, what are your views about extrajudicial killings that were recently held in UP? Are they justified?
Sir, in my understanding, no extrajudicial action is ever justified. And sir, if there has been definitely instances wherein there have been allegations that extrajudicial killings have taken place. And it is important that we recognize and we punish the people who are involved in that. And there should be a focus on bringing certain laws, because there is also a situation of torture that is there. So I think that we have to bring in
because of this slackness of judiciary, they are roaming free. All the convicts are roaming free. So why is it not justified? Most of the time, they will the people who have been assaulted by these persons, they will get justice in a delayed manner. So why is it not justified?
Sir, it is not justified because, sir, India is a liberal democracy. That every individual, even if they have been alleged to have committed a crime, they do have rights which need to be protected. And Article 21 says that any person's life and liberty must be taken, can only be taken if there has been a procedure established by law. So, sir, in that view, I think it is important that we follow the judicial procedure. Definitely, sir, there are certain challenges with the judicial system, because as a consequence of which there are delays in providing of justice. However, sir, that has to be focused upon rather than focusing on extrajudicial killings.
Okay. So, as far as the Lucknow is concerned, Nawabs are famous in Lucknow.
Yes.
Apart from Nawab, one Begum is also famous over there. Yes. What was the name of that Begum?
Sir, I think, sir, there were actually two Begums. One was Bahu Begum, and she was, I think, the mother of Asaf-ud-Daula and the wife of Safdar Jung, if I'm not wrong, sir. But I'm just forgetting the name.
1857 revolt.
Okay, sir. Right, sir. So that is Hazrat
Begum Hazrat Mahal.
Begum Hazrat Mahal.
Right. Okay. In Lucknow, there is a Sangeet Mahavidyalaya. Are you aware of the name of that Sangeet Mahavidyalaya?
Sir, is that the Bhatkhande?
Yes. And who was Bhatkhande?
Sir, Bhatkhande is a name of esteemed eminence in Hindustani classical music, because he was the one who had actually collated and brought all the ragas that were there into a 24 raga scheme.
Okay, before this name, the earlier name was something else of this musical institution. Do you remember the old name?
No, sir. I don't remember. I don't know that name, sir.
Okay, just look into it. All right. So you have done electrical engineering, B.tech from electrical engineering. Can you tell me in the trains, which supply is being used, DC or AC?
Sir, the metro trains or
in metros also, in other trains also?
Sir, in metros, DC is being used. And
DC is being used?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Have you ever traveled with metro?
Yes, sir, I have.
When?
Sir, coming here also I came.
Okay. So just look into it.
Okay,
it is 25 kV AC and it is single phase overhead transmission.
Okay, sir.
In Bangalore Metro, we are using DC transmission.
Okay, sir.
Through third rail current connecting system. Yes. What is the difference between AC and DC transmission? Which one is more suitable? Like in metros, we are using AC transmission. In high voltage, sometimes we are using DC transmission.
Yes.
But in general uses, which one is more beneficial?
Sir, in general usage, we have seen that there was actually a debate between Tesla and Edison with regards to what is better. So Tesla proved that AC was better for long-term transition, and it was more safe for usage. However, sir, recently there has been a focus on HVDC transmission as well, especially for long-distance transmission.
All right. In electric vehicle, which motor is being used?
Sir, induction motor is being
Induction. Why induction only? Why not DC motor or some other motor?
Sir, induction motor provides certain advantages. Sir, it is much more robust and it provides a better controllability of speed. And so it is much cheaper as well as in comparison of
Single
DC or
phase or three
synchronous.
phase?
Sir, I think it's single phase.
Single phase. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.